You have probably seen the most famous wildlife chase scene ever filmed. A newly hatched iguana runs for its life across a barren, rocky beach. Dozens of racer snakes emerge from the rocks, chasing it down together. They move like a perfectly coordinated pack of hungry, terrifying wolves. It is a masterpiece of collective hunting behavior in the animal kingdom. Except for one massive, counterintuitive biological truth about this entire event. Not a single snake on that beach is working with any other snake. The Galapagos Islands are incredibly harsh, volcanic, and completely unforgiving environments. Food is extremely scarce, especially on the barren coastlines of Fernandina Island. Once a year, the marine iguanas finally hatch from their deep sandy nests. They must make a desperate, terrifying sprint from the beach to the safety of the rocks. The local racer snakes have evolved to anticipate this exact seasonal event. When an iguana emerges, the sand immediately vibrates with frantic, scrambling movement. One snake strikes, then 3 more appear. Then 20 snakes are suddenly chasing. They weave around obstacles, cutting off the iguana's escape routes with terrifying precision. From a human perspective, this looks like advanced tactical military coordination. We naturally assume they are a pack, communicating and planning the ambush together. We project our own understanding of mammalian pack hunters onto these cold-blooded reptiles. But reptiles do not possess the neurological hardware required for cooperative hunting. There is no alpha leader. There is no strategy. There is no pack. What you are actually watching is the most selfish biological free-for-all on Earth. Every single snake on that beach operates entirely independently and purely for itself. They are not chasing the iguana together to share a large, communal meal. They are racing each other to see who gets to eat the entire iguana alone. When one snake strikes and misses, the others do not adjust to help. They simply climb over each other, using their rivals as physical stepping stones. This changes absolutely everything about how you understand this terrifying chase sequence. The iguana is not fighting a highly intelligent, coordinated army of predators. He is navigating a chaotic, disorganized mob of entirely self-centered reptiles. And this biological selfishness is exactly why he actually has a chance to survive. The young iguana stops, frozen in terror against a sharp volcanic rock. The snakes slowly converge on his position, their flicking tongues tasting his scent. Suddenly, he sprints. The entire rocky ground literally erupts into slithering chaos. A dozen snakes launch themselves forward, their bodies intertwining in a massive knot. The iguana is caught. He is immediately wrapped in multiple tight, suffocating coils. This should absolutely be the definitive end of his very short life. If wolves catch a deer, they immediately work together to bring it down. But the snakes do not work together to secure their struggling prey. Instead, they begin fighting each other for the right to swallow him whole. One snake bites another snake, attempting to steal the prized catch away. A third snake tightens its grip, crushing the first snake in the chaotic process. Their utter lack of cooperation creates a crucial, microscopic window of opportunity. The knot of snakes becomes so tangled that they actually restrict each other's movements. They are defeating themselves through pure, unadulterated evolutionary greed. The iguana feels a sudden, slight release of pressure around his small neck. He does not hesitate. He twists his body violently out of the deadly trap. He squeezes between 2 competing snakes that are too busy fighting each other. He launches himself out of the writhing pile and begins sprinting again. The snakes are so tangled together that they cannot immediately resume the pursuit. By the time they untie themselves, the iguana has already reached the high rocks. He climbs up to the safety of the adult colony, completely unharmed. The snakes simply dissolve back into the rocks, waiting selfishly for the next victim. This is why projecting human concepts onto wild animals is incredibly dangerous. We love to see human traits like teamwork and strategy in the natural world. It makes the scary parts of nature feel slightly more relatable and understandable. But true wilderness operates on rules that are fundamentally alien to our psychology. In the human world, teamwork and cooperation are the ultimate keys to success. In the harsh environment of the Galapagos, cooperation simply means you will starve. A snake that shares its food will not survive the brutal dry season. Nature does not care about what makes a compelling cinematic story. Nature only cares about transferring calories from one biological organism to another. The illusion of the snake pack was entirely created by our own human brains. We saw a pattern of coordinated behavior that simply did not exist. The real story is far less romantic, but infinitely more fascinating to biology. It is a perfect demonstration of how chaotic, individual motives create complex group dynamics. The snakes act like a swarm of bees, driven entirely by individual instinct. They are responding to the exact same visual stimulus at the exact same time. When the iguana moves, 50 independent brains make the exact same selfish decision. The resulting visual choreography is entirely accidental, a byproduct of shared evolutionary programming. This happens everywhere in nature, from massive schools of fish to giant flocks of birds. They are not following a leader. They are just trying not to be eaten themselves. Or, in the case of the racer snakes, trying to eat before their neighbor does. The young iguana sitting safely on the cliff does not understand any of this. He just knows that his legs carried him fast enough to survive his first day. He will spend the rest of his life eating algae in the cold ocean waters. He will grow large, armored scales and powerful, sharp claws for gripping slippery rocks. The racer snakes will never be able to threaten him ever again. But they will wait patiently in the rocks for the next generation to hatch. And when the sand vibrates again, they will perform their accidental, terrifying dance. They will look exactly like a highly trained, coordinated army of assassins. But now you know the deep biological secret behind their terrifying collective movement. You know that their greatest strength is actually their most profound biological weakness. Their inability to cooperate is the only reason the iguana is alive today. If they ever truly learned to work together, nothing on that beach would survive. The myth was wrong, but the animal was never confused. What other famous animal behavior do you think might be completely misunderstood? Send this to someone who still believes the snakes were working as a team. Because the truth about nature is always stranger than the stories we invent. You have probably seen the most famous wildlife chase scene ever filmed. And now you know that almost everything you believed about it was a lie.